Welcome to Unilever House, the home of Unilever, a global success story built on brands and, of course, on advertising. Behind me, senior figures from and around the world of advertising are gathering for the Advertising Association's annual reception. Later, we'll be speaking to the Culture Minister, Ed Vaizey, and asking him why advertising matters to the economy, to culture and to our society. But before that, we'll put those same questions to some of the 200 guests.
It matters because without advertising, companies have no reason to introduce new and better products, because why should they? They could get away with the old stuff. There wouldn't be competition. It matters because companies wouldn't either have to compete on price if there wasn't advertising. They'd just charge whatever they could get away with. Thanks to advertising, people get better products and they pay less for them.
From a business point of view, it matters because if my customers believe one thing, advertising can help them shift to a different place. And frankly, for me, they all thought we were called Norwich Union and they now all know we're called Aviva. So for me, it's been a fundamental, brilliant thing to do to advertise why we've changed our name.
It's such an important industry for Britain. It employs 250,000 people, they're really creative people. And that is an example right around the world. And everywhere people are talking about the creativity of British design and British advertising.
It actually funds the creation of content, without which the world would be a duller, less informed, less interesting, less exciting, less dynamic place.
Broadcast content is at the heart of our culture on television and radio. And there are three ways we pay for it: state funding via a licence fee, subscription, and then, of course, advertising. Broadcasting content has suffered a lot in the last 2 years because of the downturn in advertising. It's absolutely the lifeblood of our culture. It doesn't matter whether you're talking drama and soap operas, whether you're talking news programmes, or whether you're talking a factual documentary. Absolutely in our DNA, core of our culture, is content. We need advertising to pay for it. So I hope the advertising recovery is going to carry on.
We spend about 15 or 16 billion pounds a year on advertising. So advertising supports a lot of things we appreciate: ITV, commercial radio, newspapers and so on, all of which couldn't survive without advertising. Not to mention, of course, now we're in the internet age, a lot of websites depend on advertising. So advertising actually supports a huge range of industry. It's a great way of providing information to people. We live in a free society, we live in a free market where people have a range of choices, and advertising is a good way of allowing people to know what their choices are. I mean, advertising, I don't think, is about making people do things against their will. It's about brands differentiating from each other. So if you want to buy clothes, you've got a whole range of options, and advertising helps you know what those options are. So in that sense, I think it's, funnily enough, very important in terms of informing consumers.
Well, that's all from us here, but if you believe that advertising matters and you want to help make that case, do please get in touch with Tim Lefroy and the rest of the team at the Advertising Association.